But that's where.
But he's a heel, so I mean,
that's
we're
where,
against bullying, and that's why this guy's a bad guy because he's a bully.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's still in that aspect.
Yeah,
and the other thing of that of Big Cass interrupting it that I enjoyed is that it's just pushing off Miz and Bryan's interaction more to let it continue to build.
Yeah,
I mean,
to Mania, hopefully.
It's been built for 2.5 years, 3 years,
Right.
but they're not rushing to it, and I enjoy that as well. Like, because the shakeup was like, well, the reason you're going is because Daniel Bryan wants you there, and it was persistent about it, and you're gonna get there, and then
it's
Bryan's
another wrestling
Twitter's like,
fake out.
I've been waiting to punch you in the face, and now like everything right now, like it's like. It's gonna happen, and here's a little bit to take it back again. So it's not quite happening yet. And this just Big Cass coming out for Daniel Bryan supposed to be the guest. I mean, he was advertised to be the guest for TV. So.
I mean, I even saw a thing that was like, what if Cass is going after Bryan because he's working for the Miz? The Miz, because he always has kind of his crew to help him, be that ultimate heel. What if he did pick up Cass? And so now Bryan's got to go through Cass, so you can stretch that out even longer.
Right.
Well, he rebuilds a Miz-tourage.
Yeah. Well, even in the promo, Miz said, I don't need you to beat Bryan up for me, and Cass is like, I'm not here for you. I'm here for myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're making that as a swerve to possibly do like you say, and have Cass possibly work for the Miz later. Or if they did that to immediately be like, are these guys working together? No, squash that.
Yeah.
And show that it's like we're doing a little dogleg over here before we lead it back to an eventual Miz and Daniel Bryan. Hell, down the line, I'd even love to see another superstar shakeup maybe in the fall and have all this kind of dogleg off, and you see, Bryan made his way through Cass, he's coming back to Miz, have another shakeup. And then one of them jumped to the other show, kind of like, sorry, you're not going to get me this time.
And then they almost
maybe later.
save it for Mania.
Yeah. And maybe even have Daniel Bryan on the other show or Miz on the other show causing trouble for the other person on the other show, kind of like, the two ships back in colonial times, like bombarding each other with cannon shots. I think that could be fun.
Yeah. Well, doesn't that scenario have to be even like a superstar shakeup? I mean, now all the pay-per-views are shows, so all of a sudden, I mean, one of them could win the title from the other brand and forced to go over there without having to do the shakeup or something. So
there's so many ways. And even with that, nobody would see one of them jumping shows coming around. Like that could be a surprise. So I could see that happening too.
And then with Miz, he should anyways have this deserved time off.
For sure,
baby. He's such a hard worker. I can't say enough good things about the Miz. So hopefully they'll give him that time off. And then that way they don't have to keep finding new things to prolong this inevitable match that is going to be amazing and hopefully is for a major championship.
For sure. No, I could see it go so many ways. Again, it's hoping that the writing team sees it for what it is and makes it work for them.
Yeah.
So going from that, we see that Daniel Bryan's in the backstage and he gets attacked. I don't think they ever revealed then who did it or how it happened. Just kind of like he's hurt. What's coming next? Commercial break. Yada yada. The first match we roll into though is the Iconics versus Becky Lynch and Asuka, which on paper sounds amazing. Sounds like it could be a whole bunch of fun. Peyton Royce, in the end, pinned Becky, which is nice because I feel like that after Asuka taking the loss at WrestleMania kind of helps them build her up. Like Asuka wasn't the problem in this match. Like she didn't lose the match for her team. Mm-hmm. It was her partner. Becky Lynch has nothing to lose in this angle. They're still trying to build Asuka back up, which is smart for her. For Asuka to be in tag matches for the time being, for them just to get her back and get that trainer rolling.
Yeah, and this is nice momentum for both Royce and Billie Kay after making their debuts on the main roster.
Help Charlotte lose the title,
Yeah. I'm gonna say so. They're just having just more momentum coming for them.
I mean, but where could it go? I mean, maybe a feud with Charlotte and Asuka teaming up, possibly.
Okay,
because Because you got Carmella as the champion. Who maybe Becky can go after Mella.
It'd have to be after Backlash.
Because Charlotte's getting the rematch at Backlash.
Yeah, she's getting the rematch at Backlash.
Okay.
Or is it Naomi to Carmella?
Yeah.
I mean, after that or something.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not high on Naomi,
but I mean, she won the women's battle royal for a reason.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
so
Yeah,
she's got to have something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
then-
it wasn't for a title shot, but
Yeah.
you think that
Because it's worked so well for the 100.
you think that hopefully
Yeah,
maybe
right.
it's going towards something.
Well, I mean, Matt Hardy did win, and now he's tag champ. So,
Yeah.
True.
all right,
He is? We didn't get there yet.
whatever.
Wow.
Spoiler.
Wow. By the way, you guys want to hear about Infinity War? Jerk. So, if anything, I think it could be something fun for the like Charlotte having, like you said, lost the belt because of the Iconics. Have her possibly I know I can get the belt from Carmella. I'm gonna put that on the back burner for the time being. But right now, I'm coming for your guys' heads.
You cost me the title.
Yeah, exactly. So have her and the Iconics because it'd be good for the Iconics to be against somebody, a name like Charlotte, in their first runnings on SmackDown, and then put Charlotte with whoever. Mm-hmm. It could be Asuka, could be Becky, could be anybody else on that roster. But have the Iconics go over and kind of show hey, we're a tag team, and we're really the first
First true woman tag team.
Yeah, exactly. On SmackDown, so they've kind of got to put their foot in the cement and kind of leave the mark.
Yeah.
So time will tell. But you guys got anything else on the Iconics? Okay. So rolling from that, we go into a singles match between the number one contenders and the SmackDown tag team of Jimmy Uso representing the Usos versus Eric Rowan representing the Bludgeon Brothers. It was nice little back and forth between the two. You guys have any thoughts on the match? Anybody
I mean, it was
see it?
probably a lot of more of the same.
Yeah.
Just Rowan throwing him around and
Yeah. Just kind of keeping them at the forefront of everybody's mind.
Well, Rowan taking the loss here.
Rowan taking a loss, but at the same time, it's when Naomi's music hits, causing the necessary distraction. But then again, we know that at the Royal Rumble, there's no women involved in the card anywhere. So
Gotta get her
this
somewhere.
whole Naomi thing going into the match at the Rumble isn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense
Yeah.
in that aspect.
Yeah.
unless they're just having her do something until they figure out where they're going to go with her once they get this settled down. The
then
dust
they'll-
settles from the shakeup.
And then they'll pepper her in wherever they have space, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one thing that caught me off guard was last week they had her come out and kind of play the distraught wife, no, my husband, no, leave him alone. And then this week they had her come out and her music played and she twerked for a second, and that got
She what?
Yep. And then
I don't even know what that means.
you know exactly what that means. I've seen your Google search. She comes out and does that for a second and gets the Bludgeon Brothers' attention kind of off the match for going on for I think Ryan just told me he's stealing second. I'm not sure what happened there.
I happen to poop.
Okay. I'm gonna chalk that into my memory now. Oh.
That probably should have been a buzzer.
Yeah, right. Got a that gets a 2 because it's number 2.
Hey.
So back into this match, you get a nice little roll up from Jimmy on Eric to close out the match and kind of get a I hate calling it a cheap win.
But it was. I mean,
it's
there was
a sneak win.
There was a distraction and a roll up. I mean, it's.
And the Usos are still heel.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Themselves.
Are they?
The heel.
Right now they're playing tweener.
Yeah, but that's the problem of that is Naomi.
Yeah,
I mean they're still heels and everything they're doing, and they're big. I mean their promos.
Wouldn't you classify them more as just aggressive, not necessarily heels? Because the crowd doesn't hate them.
Even with the whole New Day thing, I didn't really consider either one. Usos, yes, started off heel, but as they started winning and cutting these promos and people got behind them, it turned. I feel. Yeah. I mean, I would go more side. They're just being the aggressors.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they haven't made the Stone Cold aspect of.
Yeah,
they're still heel
right.
tactics, and this is their heel tactics.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
But I guess with the bludgeons, they're more the faces.
Yeah.
They're more the good guys with the bludgeons.
you think so though? I think are the Bludgeons really going to be like the Braun Strowman? They just go out and destroy and.
I think for right now the Bludgeons are playing the heel, like
Because
coming out and just dismantle. Yeah,
they interrupted the tag match to kick all this off. They left New Day and like I don't know. It's hard to figure out.
well,
Yeah, there's no real set stone on these ones now.
well, yeah. Right now they're coming out, they're interrupting things, and then they're also beating their opponents down after the bell, before the bell.
Yeah.
That's very much a heel tactic.
But they do such cool stuff.
And that's the thing that gets you.
That's
as a wrestling fan, you are already pre-wired to like cool moves. Like, oh man, that was flashy. That was big. That was clever. Whatever. But do not let that distract you from the fact that they're still doing
dirty tactics.
Yeah, they're still doing the dirty stuff. So I would have to say that the Bludgeon Brothers are playing the heels.
Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah. If you guys hear this and have a difference of opinion, tell us and explain your side of things. Maybe you can help sway us a little bit.
Yeah.
Good job.
Because
Johnny.
really, we're still all not really in a set mind on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both said it. We all said it both ways in that aspect. So
yeah, this is we are not one cohesive mind, and we all have
I don't
different.
want to be in any of y'all's brains.
Look who's talking.
Like-minded, Johnny. Wow.
I think me and Steven agree on this.
Nobody want to be in this noggin.
Oh God.
At all.
So rolling from that, though, we had a segment with Carmella. She kept showing a highlight video of herself and tried to get like the crowd behind her a little bit. And then Charlotte came out, interrupted, and she took Carmella's head into a table and flipped it over on
She
her.
totally missed that.
Yeah.
She kind of grabbed the hat and it slipped off.
Yeah.
But luckily, like with the ladies having the longer hair, it's kind of easier to recover.
Yeah.
But like she missed it, but then she just kind of heel turned that table on her.
Yeah, and like everybody, I don't know. They kind of looked over the fact or glanced over the fact that this was supposed to be a contract signing.
Yeah, I mean, this segment was what it needed to be.
Isn't that how all the contract signings go?
Right, but they made it more. They made it more about like I don't know. I guess what was going on.
But the other side of it is, I mean, this was a platform to get more heat for her, and it made Flair look more like a badass when she came out and did that.
Yeah.
Because we still have next week, so next week can be that banter between the contract signing and all that stuff at it. So it did what it needed to do because Carmella got heat with all her demands and everything. She got their heat, and then
lighter than ever.
She got the heat.
We're gonna make 205.
Yeah,
because they just said he's lighter than ever.
Yeah. I did like Charlotte's all black get up though. Like it was something different.
Yeah.
I just like the way it looked.
Yeah, because she's been doing the all
The
gold.
gold and the blue.
Yeah, which is a nice little touch. Going from that segment though, we roll into. By the way, I realize we've been doing very little of the buzzer. We're going to use the buzzer more for the
Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
Damn it again! No, Steven. We're going to use that for the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Well,
segment.
we've also been moving
Yeah.
really nicely through this too.
I think a pay-per-view is where we need that buzzer.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like that's
So we roll into the next segment, which was Shelton Benjamin versus what was supposed to be Jeff Hardy, but in a nice little turn of things from last week, where it was supposed to be Benjamin versus Randy Orton. Orton's halfway down the ramp, and Hardy came out and interrupted, and it became Benjamin versus Hardy. This time around, Hardy was on his way out, and Orton interrupted, and Hardy kind of parked out at the side table. So I see this going either as a triple threat at one of the pay-per-views, or possibly just being Orton versus Hardy for the United States Championship down the road.
or is it still gender in it as well? Because
Right,
I mean,
right.
the whole thing of it in that aspect, like Singh attacks Hardy, but before Orton leaves, he RKO's Singh.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't gloss over the fact that you got Benjamin and Orton in a match. Like, you can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
That's just a solid match.
Yeah. And, oh